Hey everybody, welcome back to Creating Scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator and our Fairfield In series, our build series. Last time we worked on the awning and the walls for the lounge. Today we're gonna, we're gonna do some detailing for the roof. We'll probably add a door in this entranceway. And we'll get this awning on, and I think there's an awning on the other side. Okay, so we'll get that done, and hopefully the video after this one we'll slide around the front and do this monstrosity here. Okay, all right, so for these roofs, remember the parapet on the top. All right, these roofs don't have a parapet. They're not tall. They're probably only a couple inches tall. All right, so let's go to our model, select our roof of the lounge, go into edit mode, face select, and I'm on ghost mode. Turn that off. Select, hit period to focus in on that selected, and let's do an eye, and let's go 0.5. So that puts a border around it. All right, it's a flat roof, so most likely it's a rubber membrane, and usually they go up and then they have this little lip around the edge where they bring it up and over to make it watertight. So let's drop our roof. Let's extrude minus 0.2. I think that's going to be good enough there. Hit enter, and then we'll call that the let's separate our deck out so we can put textures on it later. So let's do P selection, and let's call this deck, roof deck. Okay, now we need to do the same thing to our restaurant and this canopy. Now this canopy will have a smaller one. All right, but let's get out of edit mode, select our roof, go into edit mode, select the poly, I 0.2, and that did the same thing. And let's extrude minus 0.2. So we now have an edge around that. Is that right? No, let's undo that. Let's make it a little thicker. So let's do an I 0.5 and then drop it down 0.2, E minus 0.2. That way the walls are look a little thicker. Then hit P selection, dining room roof deck is what we'll call it. Get out of edit mode, select our canopy. Now this one will be thinner. All right, so let's go into edit mode, select this face, I 0.2, and depth E minus 0.2, and then P selection, and that one is rear entrance roof deck. Okay, so we have that. Very good. All right, let's go into edit mode. Not edit mode. Let's select our gray walls. All right, and let's tab into edit mode. Vertices. Select the vertice for the doorway. One of the vertices for the doorway. Actually, what we can do is select these 4 vertices right off the bat. hit F to fill them. Let me escape here. I screwed something up. Let's try this again. Select those four. With those four selected, hit F, fill that in. With it still select, go to face mode. With that still selected, let's do P, new selection, and we're going to call this rear entrance door. Okay. And now I don't have a good look at that door, but we don't need the gray material, so I'm just gonna delete that out with the minus. All right, I don't have a good look at that door. It can be either a single door with two pane glass lights on each side, or it could be a double door. And what we'll do is we'll make it a double door because there's parking out here and people will be coming in and out with luggage, so we'll give them a double door. So let's tab into edit mode with our door face selected. Let's do a Control R to loop cut that down the middle, and then we're going to give this one a no, I'm going to make it consistent with the other doors. Alright, so with face select all, I should be individuals, and we're going to call that 0.4. Okay, hit period on my number pad to zoom in, and we are going to extrude that minus 0.2. Hit P, make those interior polygons a new object, and we'll call those door glass. Get out of edit mode, and then all we need to do is apply some materials for now. So let's put the glass in there. The entrance, let's give it the frame material. It's a little shiny, but that's okay. So now we have the back entrance door. Now we need to whip around the sides, and these two doors have not been properly made yet, so let's select this, which is still part of the walls themselves. Go into edit mode, select these two faces and the faces of the door on the other end, which are way over there in the back. I'm going to select those. So we have both doors selected on either end of the building. We're going to hit P, new selection, and we're going to call these main side doors. Tab out, select side doors, tab in to edit mode, vertices on, select all. We are going to hit delete and edges and faces only. So now we just have our vertices. So we're going to select these two middle vertices here, come over on the other side, and these two here, and we're just going to delete those vertices. And then we're going to select these four, hit F, and then go around the other side, select these four, hit F. Let's check our orientation. They're both, this one's red, so we need to flip it. So select this edge, select this face, Alt N, flip. So now they're both blue. Alright. Then turn off face orientation. Face select up here, hit A to select them all. Let's, if I hit period, it's gonna go out like that. So I'm gonna manually zoom in, and we're gonna hit I, 0.4, and then we are going to right click, extrude faces along normals, minus 0.2. So we have our door glasses inset. Let's hit P, selection, and rename the new one to door glass. Get out of edit mode, select our glass, give it a material, select our frame, give those a material, which is frame. And so now we have our side doors. Alright, so we're good there. Now it's time to work on the main entrance. And this is probably going to take a while. Let me pause and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we move around the front of the building. And we're going to work on this canopy, which may or may not be a challenge, but we'll find out. Challenge because it's curvy. Alright, so we have a curve, kind of a serpentine curve there, slight angle. From this top, they almost look like the top is even with the bottom over here. Alright, I'm not 100% sure. Did some prelim measuring a while back, and I think I got 16 feet on one and 20 feet on the other, so that may not be the case. So let's go to Google Earth, which is a lousy representation, I think, in this case. You see where I measured. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this. I'm going to go from there to there. See where that line falls up. It's kind of at an angle. And I got 19 feet. But this tip is lower. It's higher right here. So I'm going to click here down to the ground. That's pretty close. So I get 20 feet to the peak. Alright. Now I want to, well, it's right to the bottom of the actual window itself. Does that show up in the photo? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like the top of this one, this corner here, is right at the bottom of the window and covers up the air conditioning vents. Alright, so we got 20 feet to here. We can use the windows as reference for this point. And then it's going to arc down probably, that might be about 2 feet. Okay, so we'll make this part up here, the top 18, we'll make this part 20 and make this part underneath the window. So we got to figure out how to do this in Blender. Oh, I need that back up. Alright, so halfway in this window, right down the middle of this window is this edge. This is 49 feet long. And how wide? 30. Looks like 35 or something like that. Oh, that ain't right. There we go. That's where I want it. Yeah, 35. So it's 49 by 35. So let's go into Blender and figure out how to do this. Alright, so this line right here on the building is going to establish the height of this part of the thing. Alright, so I'm going to select the windows and I'm going to go into edit mode, turn on vertice, and I am going to select that bottom vertice of the frame. Shift S, move cursor to selected. Okay, now I need to create a cage, so to speak, so I know where I'm working. So I'm going to Shift A, add a mesh, single vertice, and then I am going to extrude that in the X 35 feet. Did that go anywhere? I don't think so. Let's Control Z. Alright, so let's select extrude X 35. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Oh, it's inside the wall. Let me turn ghost on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's it. And it looks like it's about that far from the edge. All right, now let's extrude this in the negative Y. So EY minus 49. And then EX minus 35. And let's select these two. And F, join those together. All right, so I got this cage. All right. So I'm still figuring out how I want to do this, because Blender doesn't do curves very well without making a whole bunch of circles and stuff. It needs like a Bezier curve tool. That's annotate. I don't want to do that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and select all the vertices, or select all the edges, and I'm going to fill those in for right now. Okay? And we are going to extrude this. So I need to flip it. No, I don't. I don't need to flip it in this case, because I'm going down. So we'll leave it. We'll leave them flipped for now. And we're going to extrude 1 foot. Okay. So I'm going to select this face. I'm going to Shift S, move my cursor to that location. All right. There's the Bezier's arc. So I think that might work. So I'm going to go tilde T for the top view. So let's rotate it X 90. See if that stands it up in the right orientation. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to rotate it again on the Z 90. Rotate Z 90. Just like that. And then I'm going to convert this into a mesh. I'm going to get out of edit mode, select our guinea pig here, our test, and I need to move that Y -1 there. Okay. Then I'm going to select our curve again and go into edit mode. That's selected. I'm going to move that to right here. Okay, see how that stretches that out. Then I'm going to select this one, GY, move that to here. Alright. And now let's see, let's select them all and move them up to here. Okay. Now we'll just need to play with these handles to get that curve, but I want to make sure I want to get a reference height. So I'm going to tab out, select this, and let's move this up to, I want these at 18. Select our curve, go back into edit mode. So I'm going to select this one, GZ, up to here. I'm going to leave that right there. Now I'm going to select this one and do scale. I'm going to rotate this one. Alright, now I want to turn off our cube. No, that's not what I want. I want to turn off our vert 29. Let's scale it. There we go. And let's go tilde L for the left. Scale. There. This one we can rotate that so it's not so pronounced. That's pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Okay, so I'm going to tab out. And then I'm going to right click, convert to mesh. And go into edit mode, and then I have these. Select all, and we are going to Control D to copy, Shift D to copy. Hit escape so I don't move it, and then G Z -1. Then we're going to take these two vertices, F, join those together, take these two, F, join together. And I'm going to edge select, hit A to select them all, and fill those in. Okay, so far. Let's turn off ghost. So that kind of gives our look. It's, like I said, it's not perfect. Alright, now we're going to extrude that 35 feet. Let's find out which way it's going to go by face orientation. Alt-N to flip. Then, instead of doing extrude, I'm going to do I'm going to tab out. I'm going to come over here to modifiers. I'm going to use a solidify modifier. And we're going to go 35. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And now we have our sweep. This curve may not be perfect. I could have added vertices to make it even smoother. Maybe I'll redo it at another time, but just kind of gives you an idea. So yeah, let's turn off face orientation. Let's go to material view. I think that's gonna look just fine. All right, now I am going to go into edit mode, and I'm gonna select this face right here. Shift S, move cursor to that location. Okay, and then I need to put the support. So let's find out how big that support is by going to the GIS site. Okay. And let's turn off all those measurements and remeasure. 4 foot. Looks like 4 by 8. Yep, 4 by 8. Alright, so here, let's get out of edit mode. Shift A, add a cube. Whoops, Shift A, mesh cube. Change the dimensions in the X 4 and 8 in the Y. Okay, go into, let's go object, apply rotation and scale, go into edit mode, tab, and select our vertices on the bottom. And let's bring those down even with this. So, got snap on. Let's turn that to edge. GZ snap to there. Okay. It's probably higher than that, so let's look at our image. Not much. I would say hardly at all, but we are going to select all, move that in the X direction this way. And let's select the top, and let's move those up 1. And I think that will look fine. And save. Now there's a skylight grill type thing in it. Alright, so we'll need to select our canopy again. We'll call this carport. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and name it now. Okay, we don't need this anymore. This guinea pig, so I'm going to delete that. Alright, now let's select this, which is basically a curve, and let's rename that to carport. And then let's rename this cube to carport support. Okay, now let's look at our skylight, and let's clear our old dimensions and measure. So it looks like from here to there, we're going to call it 6 feet. Okay, so let's make an adjustment here. So where is 6 foot? Let's select our canopy and let's go tab into edit mode, and let's do a loop cut. click, slide that over this way, and then move it back GX minus 6. Okay, so that's where this column starts. So we're going to select our column. I'm going to turn on lines so I can see them. Go into edit mode, select all, make one active by shift click, click, then move that in the X till it matches this line. So GX snap, so that sets that post in the correct orientation. Now our skylight, I think, is 8 feet. Should be, I think they're even with that post. Let's check with our picture. Yeah, it's the same width, so that's 8 feet. And then we got what's that distance? So let's 23 feet. All right, so what I want to do is with, let's get out of edit mode, select our canopy again, tab into edit mode, and I want to do a loop cut across here and here, even with these lines. So we're going to control like this. That's the there. I'm going to have to do top and bottom to here, and then same with the bottom. So control R, we want it right below those. Do it over here, and we want it right here. So now we have splits there, and we are going to go from here over 23 feet, so another loop cut. So I'm going to go to this line and GX minus 23, and that looks relatively symmetrical. All right, now we can select these faces and the corresponding faces on the bottom. I know I don't want these edges right here, so if I delete those, okay, now we have a hole and we can fill those holes in. But I want to recreate that shape, so I'm going to edge select, hit Alt, and that hit Alt selects all those, and I'm going to Alt Shift and select the ones on the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to Shift D to copy those, escape, and then P, new selection, carport, skylight. Get out of edit mode, select our skylight, go into edit mode, turn vertices on. Let me Alt select this bottom one, and let's go ahead and delete those edges. Let's just work with the top for right now. Select those edges, hit F to fill those in, and now I don't have those lines going down there. Alright, and I think I have 4 divisions in it. Look at the picture. Yeah, there's 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 going across, veins going across. Alright, so let's do some loop cut. So Control R, and 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's 4. Hit enter, escape. Let's turn vertices on. Alright, now let's do, notice that's not doing a loop cut all the way across, is because the number of vertices, it's an n-gon, And Ngon's Blender doesn't know how to do the loop cut. All right, and an Ngon is a face with more than 4 vertices. So we're going to add some vertices on the edges and then use the knife tool to slice it. So I'm going to do another cut here. So now I have vertices straight across from each other. So I'm going to do my loop cuts over here again. So I got 3 going across there for 4 sections. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 in this one. 1, 2. And 2 there. The spacing's not going to be perfect, but it'll give us our illusion. All right, now, if you guys want to figure out a better way to do this, I'll figure it out later, and I'll probably recreate it. Is usually how I solve my problems. All right, so with vertex snap on, I'm gonna hit K for the knife. Click there, hit enter. Hit K, click, hit enter, and hit K, click, hit enter. So I got those 4 divisions. Then I'm going to hit K and go from this one to this one, enter. K, this one, enter. K, this one, enter. And one more. K, this one. Alright, so I have those. From a distance it doesn't look that bad. And from an airplane you'll be fine. Alright, now we're going to go and select select all of our polygons, and we're simply going to do an eye twice. No, once. I'm just going to eyeball these. And then we're going to delete those that are in the middle. Alright, let's see what our orientation is. Orientation's good. And we're going to select all. And we are going to extrude those down to here. So I'm going to change this to edge. So extrude to here. And go to shade mode. So that gives us kind of what we want, doesn't it? Alright, this has been a long video. So we will continue on the next one. Hey, please subscribe. Buymeacoffee.com if you wish, if you'd like. Have a great day. We'll see you guys in the next one.